once again to Brotherhood of the Bat Collectibles. I hope each and every one of you are having a fantastic day today. My name's Chris. I'm the Batman statue collector, and today we're going to be talking about the Justice League Bat-Tank, of course, the Snyder cut, and from our friends over at Prime One Studio. Now, we saw this one fully teased, actually, fully shown at the Next Level event, and it's just now going up for pre-order. And I have some things that I definitely want to say about this piece. It is definitely impressive. It is massive in terms of how big this tank is, but in terms of actual scale, it is probably, I'm going to guess, maybe 1/10. I'm not, maybe a little bit smaller. I'm not 100% sure on that scale. I do have the dimensions for you guys. But I feel like that is probably where the miss is going to be, is just the scale, because it is so impressive. But when you put it next to a 1/3 scale, does it look good? And so that's what we're going to be talking about today in terms of, is it collectible? Is it worth your dollar? Today, is it a hit or miss? Let's talk about it right now. Alright guys, so let's take a look at this. Again, this is the promo package that we received from Next Level, and it gives us an idea of what we're going to be getting with this. Obviously, as you can see, a lot of great detail in this, and also LED illumination, which is even cooler. I think most of their Batmobiles have had LED light up features. Obviously, they did cancel the Batman vs. Superman, which I know made a lot of people upset. And I'm wondering if this one will actually get produced either, because I just don't know how popular this one's going to be. Here you can see the size of it. Again, compared to a 1/3 scale, it looks pretty small. However, it is a pretty sizable piece. It is, you know, pretty epic. Now, again, the main thing about this is that it doesn't have a lot of screen time. So I just don't know how popular it's going to be in the end, but there is no doubt about it that it does look really, really cool. I do want to give you some dimensions here. 14 inches tall. So again, it's not very big, but it is 28 inches wide and it is 28.3 inches deep. So it does have a pretty good footprint there. But again, it really, for me, it comes down to the fact that it's not a movie that I love, but it's also, it just didn't have very much screen time. So I don't know how popular this one will be. I think the ES on this will be quite small, to be honest. I don't think that there's going to be a lot of people picking this one up. There are going to be some die-hard Snyder Cut fans out there that I think that might, but in the long run, I just don't know how many people are going to be getting this one. And will I be getting this one? I will not be. I will not be adding this to my collection. Is it still cool? Yes, but at the end of the day, it's just not for me. It's just not for me. But anyway, there are a lot of details. I want to get into some close-ups here. You know, some of those finite details that this one does feature from Prime One. And so again, it is very cool. It's from the Snyder Cut, obviously Justice League, and look at that. I mean, it just looks very, very cool. I love that it's got a little Batman on the top. I think that's awesome. Again, it's taken directly from the movie, which is awesome. It's got some really great details with the mutants as well, which we're going to see some close-ups of that too. But I mean, it's just a cool piece. I mean, there is no doubt about it. It is a cool Batman collectible. Now, if you are a Batman fan and you are a collector of Batmobiles, this might be a no-brainer. If you, again, are a big fan of the Justice League, whether it's the Snyder Cut or not, you know, it is what it is. Again, dimensions on this, only 14 inches tall. And so it is going to have a pretty low profile, which might be good if you have low shelves. That might be a good thing. But again, 28 inches wide, so it is going to take up a little bit of space, but not a ton. I think it's going to weigh a ton, though. I think it's going to be very, very heavy, which will probably translate, at least in my opinion, to the shipping cost. I think this will be a very, very solid piece. I think it'll all be one piece, possibly the base, and then the Batmobile or the Bat-Tank does key in. I don't know. Time will tell. But I do like the fact that it's got the LED features. Obviously, again, that Batman's really cool. I have no idea how little this is going to be. I would imagine it's going to be very, very tiny. If the whole tank is 1/10 scale, I mean, it's only probably going to be about, you know, yay big. It's going to be very, very tiny. But I do think the detail looks good. Obviously, that is the Ben Affleck Batman. I think that looks really good, and you can definitely tell who it is. It's sculpted well. But again, it's going to be very, very tiny, without a shadow of a doubt. So, is it going to pair up well with other scales that you have in your collection? It's a tough one. It's a crapshoot. it might more be, to me, it's more of a standalone. It's more of a standalone piece. I just don't know how well it's going to look next to big giant half scales or, you know, even 1/3 scales. Maybe quarter scales it would look pretty cool next to. Again, you have the mutants here, which is neat. I do really think those are sculpted really nicely. I like that they're all tied up around the corner there. Again, it's just a nice little nod, a nice little piece, obviously, again, to the Dark Knight Returns comic, film, everything else in between. It's just a really cool touch, I think, even though that was not, at least I didn't see it in the movie, but it's still a nice touch. Again, all the deluxe parts that you see there look all really great together. As far as I know, there's only going to be the deluxe. I don't know if they're going to offer this individually. I'm guessing not. I think it is what it is. I mean, I don't know why you would buy just the tank without the little figures. Obviously, the figures aren't going to cost very much. But look at that. It's still a mighty looking cool thing. But again, I don't associate a lot of Batman with it, just because, again, I'm not a big fan of the film. So anyway, it is cool. There is no doubt about it. It looks awesome from all angles. A lot of great detail from Prime 1 Studio, without a shadow of a doubt. It's going to take up some space, but it is not going to, I don't think, feel too overwhelming, which might be a good or bad thing depending on how you look at it. But I do always tip my hat to Prime 1. I think they always do a really nice job with these pieces. And again, if you are a Justice League fan, if you are a Snyder Cut fan, and want something unique and original, I mean, people are not going to necessarily right off the bat know what this is in your collection, because again, it only had a few seconds of screen time, but still a very, very cool piece, in my opinion, from Prime 1 Studio. So is the Bat-Tank for you? I do want to hear your thoughts down below in the comments. For me, it's not something that I would collect. First of all, again, it only had a few seconds of screen time, which again, I feel like is cool, and it had that kind of that wow moment, but is it worth collecting? I am not a big enough fan of that movie. I'm not a big enough fan of, you know, Dark Knight Returns in general to have the Bat-Tank. It's not something that's going to end up in the Batcave. I would much rather have like the Arkham Batmobile if I was going to have a Batmobile. Is it cool? It's still cool. The price point, obviously it is what it is. Again, you know, it is what it is. But for me, it's just a little bit too small. I would have liked to have seen it a little bit bigger. However, of course, when you have bigger, that means more money and more space. So I think Prime 1 probably did the right thing. I think that they did the right thing in terms of scale here. Again, it's just not for me, so it is a miss for me. But I do want to hear what you guys think. Is it for you? Let me know in the comments down below. Anyway, thank you guys so very much for checking out the video today. If you are new here, please make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, click that notification bell. And if you guys want to take it one step further and help support the channel, you can do that on our Patreon link down below, or you can join down below for early access to our videos and other perks. And again, just thank you guys so very much for checking out the video today. I love you all. I'll see you soon right here in the Batcave. Bye, everybody. Hey guys, thank you so very much for watching today, and if you're new here, please hit the subscribe button right here on the screen and check out these two awesome videos. I think you're going to love them. And also please join us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I would love to have you join in all the fun. Thank you guys so very much for watching. See you in the Batcave.